The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving holiday. Markets open for half a day on Friday. We were closed, but Sunday night we opened. We got pressure in crypto, Bitcoin down dramatically, and futures in the red this morning. S&Ps right now. There was Sunday night, 68.64. Right now we're negative by 42 points. Negative action right out of the gate, and we're going to jump over to Bitcoin. Because you better believe it, folks. Down about $5,000. How's that for some action? On Friday, there's your Sunday number. We begin Sunday evening at about 91,000. You just almost hit 85,000. So Bitcoin is down 5% right now. Ethereum is down 7.5%. Okay. MicroStrategy, you're pushing 169 in the pre-market. You were at 187 at one point on Friday. So there is some pressure in the markets. S&Ps, as I mentioned right now, off by 43 points or 0.6%. Quite a week to the upside yesterday for the markets. We'll see if we continue after the holidays. Pressure to the downside. NASDAQ 100. There was your Sunday night. 25,546 right at the open. Right now, we're down by 220 points, off about 0.9%. 25,262. The Dow off 0.5%, off 223 points. 47,520. And the Russell off by 1% at 2478. You jump over the VIX this morning. 1807. Now, we were as low as 1578 on Friday, and we picked things up with a positive VIX of $1.72. That's quite a spike. We'll see how we handle the open. You jump over to yields. Lower price, higher yield. Coming at you this morning. Look at that movie even since 8 o'clock. You're down by 11 ticks right now. And we check out the yield on the 10-year, and we got Fed in focus. December 10th, the next meeting. We're talking about a yield right now of 4.08. Okay, 4.08. You check out the daily. Yet again, we back away from this 4% area. 4.08 as yields pick up a bit. The dollar dropping much the same. We hit 99. So you get yields a little bit higher. You're seeing a little bit of a recoil on that last new move we just got. But we got the dollar pushing 99 right now. We jump over to metals. Now you talk about it, man. Gold's up by $25 or 0.6%. We hit a high 42.99. We've backed off a bit as you've seen yields react. How about silver? 58.61. You almost got $60 on silver. You back this up for as long as you go. I mean, it was something when we were at the double top, right? $50, the highs of 2011, the highs of 1980, and we're now pushing 60. Silver up another 1.5% today. I said in the den, Endeavor Silver, which we do have a position in the gold report, so, and I would agree, Z. They have a $300 million, I believe it is, convertible note, private debt offering. So on Monday, Endeavor launched a $300 million private offering of unsecured convertible senior notes due in 2031. The company expects to grant the initial purchasers an option to buy up to an additional $45 million in notes. And hey, when you can push paper out, write off debt, okay, they're going to use those net proceeds to repay its senior secured debt facility with ING Capital and Societe Generale, among other things. Get that off there. And yeah, this thing was just trading at $3 in May. $3. You're at $10. Okay? It would be, it is in the best interest, but that's going to be a little bit of, as you reach those levels. Nonetheless, you got Endeavor, even with silver, higher, a little bit lower this morning, and you can see when that news hit just prior to 7 a.m. Yeah, there it was right there. But silver, whew. They were talking about silver and the Tigers down this weekend with about every theory possible coming out But you talk about a squeeze, man. From 27 to 58, one-way move from the April lows, and it's not slowing down. Silver up another $1, up 1.6%. We jump over to NVIDIA. Wouldn't be a Monday unless we got a deal done in the billions. And the deal out there, NVIDIA, they are investing billions. We jump over. And they're buying $2 billion of chips of Synopsys stock. Okay? They struck a deal, $2 billion. What's that? S&P. Where is this traded? SNPS, excuse me. There we go. Yeah, that'll do it for you. So you're going to be up $30 in the pre-market. You jump to 464. We take a longer-term look. This is Synopsys. Look at this thing. All right, you get all the volume in September. We're coming back. We're testing those lows on lighter volume. You are going to bounce, but boy, in a longer-term perspective, it's a dicey chart with some volume accelerating. September, October, November, all huge volume bars as this thing backs off from 600 to 418. And now, once again, NVIDIA is going to come to the rescue. Purchase the shares, $414.79. It's not usually this easy to print money, folks. As in, they purchase the shares. It's a 2.6% stake, and immediately, right? What are they up to? 448. So you make $30 on their 415. They make 7.3% times the $2 billion they have up there. It's an easy $145 million on the books of profit right there. Now, we know the volatility persists, but yeah, they're up higher. And yet again, they're investing as the new partnership involves integrating NVIDIA's tools into the chip design applications, deploying AI agents, and joint marketing activities. It's used by Synopsys Tech. It's used by a broad list of semiconductor and systems companies, including Google, Tesla. The move will allow it to use more advanced chips for its own design and simulation tools for the automotive, aerospace, industrial, and energy sector, as they say. So we jump around to some of the other AI companies. CoreWeave, down about a couple dollars right now. Some of the flyers. Palantir, down a few dollars as well. Nothing too dramatic. NASDAQ 100 off 185 right now. You jump over to Robinhood. Been on fire yet again. We're backing off a bit to 124 this morning. Did you get your Black Friday shopping done? You ready for Cyber Monday? Amazon, Apple, down about $1. Jump over to Microsoft shares, down a few bucks as well. I'm telling you, those phone companies, I posted about it in the den on Friday. We'll talk about it. I found myself saying, no matter whether you bought a phone or not, these phone companies, okay, running deals that give you a phone, a tablet, a watch, $2,700 worth of products. Never would I ever buy that on one day, but they're figuring out how to make people do it. We're coming right back.
Potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Morning Market Kickoff is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We got a bid ask around where we were on Friday, and Zootopia 2. So, boy, we might have to go check with this one out with Tommy. He's been listening to some of that Zootopia music. It makes its way through the social media apparatus, right? Even in just YouTube videos occasionally. But check it out. How about opening to more than $500 million globally? $500 million. Now, in the same essence, right? You look at something like this, an animated movie, dominated the Thanksgiving weekend box office domestically. Global opening of now this is a Disney film. Global opening $556 million. $156 million in the U.S. and Canada. That's the second business Thanksgiving gross ever, behind only Moana 2 last year. $272 million worth of tickets in China. It's almost double a huge opening in the U.S., right? Second biggest foreign movie to ever open there, only behind Avengers Endgame, Zootopia 2. Now, this film has a production budget between, from what I was just Googling, $150 million to $220 million. The marketing budgets for these types of movies that want to do $1 billion plus globally, right? Because that's what it's on track for. Okay, putting it on track to ultimately gross more than $1 billion, become the most successful American movie released so far this year. Well, I'd hope so when you open at $556 million for Thanksgiving weekend. The marketing budget alone, about $215 million. 11 promo partners, extensive promotional efforts, especially in China. But guess what? They take it all back and then some on the opening weekend. The first one was a hit in China, grossed $236 million. There's a Zootopia theme land at Shanghai Disneyland. So they knew it was going to be a big one when you got a whole theme land in the Shanghai Disneyland Park. Until this weekend, the most successful Hollywood movie this year in China was Jurassic World Rebirth, which grossed a total of $79 million there, right? 272 in China. Quite a number. And Disney, you're a little higher. Quite the pullback for Disney, quite the volatility. I mean, look at this. Check this out, folks. You want to take a look at Disney, okay? This is a trading range that you've chopped around in since the beginning of 2015. Now, you accelerated higher coming into COVID. And if you recall, this is when they started talking about Disney Plus, okay? I recall it well because the timing. This huge acceleration for Disney in 2019 was them just launching the idea that they were going to undercut Netflix, right? Nobody knew at the time what they were going to do. What was their plan going to be? Were they going to be an HBO? Were they going to come in and say Disney is in a class of its own, right? No. They said they're in a class of their own, but I think they offered plans at like $2.99 a month, right? We live in a different world now, 6.5 years later, but that was when this thing accelerated higher. You launched at the end of 2019, big numbers, blew it away. And then you came into COVID and the market collapsed. Then you got the run-up. The point being, outside of that run-up, which is not materialized, okay, yeah, they're a huge player, but it hasn't brought to the bottom line what you may have thought, especially when they just beat all the targets they had. You got the run-up for COVID with everything. And yeah, if you're in Disney, okay, 124 is a problem on this equity. And longer term, there is only one Disney. They're making so much money at the parks, okay, but you have underperformed dramatically. And yet again, we're racing to the bottom. And even when you see a number like that, okay, and I have some Disney in a longer term retirement portfolio, but on a longer term perspective, folks, it's a very small amount because there's a lot priced into this equity when you're already talking about $187 billion company. Okay, you got to grow above that to get above that, and they're struggling. And the streaming wars are real. But some billion-dollar movies, when they made this run up in 2019, the other thing that they were doing, okay, is I think they had multiple billion-dollar movies. They just dominated 2019. And I'll pull that one out. Now, we are coming into a good area for them. They got some Avatar movies coming out. They have Star Wars movies coming out. It's a crime that they don't have a Star Wars. When was the last Star Wars? Last Star Wars movie released. Let's see. 2022. 4 years in between Star Wars movies? Come on. No, that's not it. I'll have to check it out. Maybe somebody in the den has me. When was the last time we got a Star Wars movie released? It's been too long, and they're coming. Okay, we digress. Let's talk a little bit of the phone companies and the wireless companies. Okay, Verizon's been under pressure. But check this out, folks. These deals that they got going on for Black Friday, okay? So check out these deals. They all got them going on, all right? I would advise you, if you're thinking about changing at all your service, you're paying a healthy cell phone bill out there, you're worked off your phone, and you're paying $100 a month anyway, $80, $100 a month anyway, think about changing, okay? Because these are huge deals. The biggest one out there is Verizon. 17 Pro Max, that's $1,200. An iPad, which is $500, and a watch is $500. That's $2,200 in trade-ins. In rebates. Okay, now yeah, you got to sign up for a plan that's going to run you at about $100. You got to pay $20 a month for the tablet to have cellular. You got to pay $750 for the phone. The bill's going to run you about $130 a month. But think about the fact that really all they're making on this plan is about $90 a month for the phone, in terms of the service. Okay, I'm talking about what Verizon's making. $90 a month on the phone, $20 for the tablet. And this is for the highest end plan, but this is what they get you if you want 2200 plus, and you can level this up to even a 1 terabyte with a trade-in, okay? And we'll talk about it when we get back, because I found myself looking at all these deals saying, man, the margins that Verizon's dealing with, this is a winner for Apple in a big way, okay? I can't believe that they figured out a way to convince people to buy $2,600, $2,700 worth, because you can tailor this plan, folks. You can include a trade-in. You can jack up the 17 Pro Max to a 1 terabyte, which is $1,600, okay? You can jack up the A16 iPad to a 256 gigabyte, add $100 there, okay? So you're talking about $2,700 in credits over 3 years. So you got to pay for 3 years, all right? But we'll talk about the margins, because I was looking at it. You might get some gangbuster numbers from Apple, Samsung.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We get equities open. We open up in the red. S&P's off by 42. NASDAQ off by 195. Markets in the red. And yeah, talking about these phone deals, right? So Verizon, you're negative with the market today, down by 0.7%. And they're all doing this, all the carriers. Okay, Verizon, you want to jump to Verizon, they'll give you all 3. There's other deals. You can just get a phone because you're not paying for the tablet here, but you're paying $20 a month for the tablet for cellular service. You're paying $7.50 a month for the watch. and this isn't just a phone tutorial, folks. This is talking about the numbers in terms of, so this is an example. You get the 17 Pro Max, you get the iPad A16, and you get the Apple Watch Series 11, okay? And then they give you some deals on here that they're only charging you $20 a month for the tablet and $750 a month for the watch. Take those off because they're not savings. They're still charging you $27.50 a month for cellular service for the watch and the iPad. But these deals alone are $2,200, okay? That's what Apple would charge you. Now, they're not paying Apple that much for those phones, okay? But they're not paying them nothing. I don't know what the deal is in terms of what Verizon is able to sell those phones for, what is their share of the profits. But let's just say that Apple's getting that dollar value, okay? Well, Verizon needs to make up $2,200. $2,200, okay? And where it becomes difficult to make up the $2,200, let's just pull up my monthly, is that you're only talking about a monthly bill that is, I believe, $90 for the phone, okay, $20 for the tablet, and $750 for the watch. That's $1,750, okay? And if you take $117.50 is your monthly total. Now, you're going to pay more than that. It's going to be about $128 a month. You know, and to give you full, you're going to have to pay. If you do anything like this on Apple, I suggest you don't pay for the insurance through any of these companies. Go get Apple Care because the insurance on a monthly basis is very expensive. But if you just take the $2,200 of rebates you're getting and you divide that by the $117.50 that Verizon's getting in service charges for the 90 plus 20 plus $750, okay, that number alone is almost 19 months. It's going to take Verizon 19 months to just break even on what Apple is getting for the revenue of these companies. Now, as I mentioned, this one in particular for Verizon is a 3-year deal. Okay, so if you leave after 2 years, you're still going to owe 1/3 of what the phone was, 1/3 of what the tablet is, but that's what keeps people in. So, yeah, they have profit built in on the back end. But guess what? We know how these companies go, right? There's a bunch of deals out there today that phone companies will give you $800 if you break your contract to cover it. You can go trade in. It's going to be so difficult for Verizon, T-Mobile, okay, AT&T. You want just a phone? If you want just a phone, I'll give you a good deal out there. AT&T Wireless, okay, they got a deal today. The iPhone Air for less than $3 a month, and their deal allows you to get a plan as low as $65 a month with the free iPhone Air. Okay? And then you go to T-Mobile, and they have a similar deal going on. But what was interesting was, because I was on the phone with all of them, kind of working them against each other, and I had said to the T-Mobile people, hey, you're giving away a 17 Pro, an A16 tablet, and the Watch SE 3. The people at Verizon are giving away a 17 Pro Max, a little bit better phone, same tablet, A16, and the people at Verizon are giving away an Apple Watch 11, which is actually better than the SE3. So Verizon has a better phone and a better watch. Okay, and that's why the T-Mobile deal says you can save $18.99. I just showed you the Verizon deal is saving $2,200. I don't own any of these companies, folks. Okay? But who's the big winner when you look at those numbers? Is it Verizon? Is it T-Mobile? No. This is a huge subsidy again for these phone companies, as in the ones making them. Okay, now they get 4 lines. Check out this one. Samsung, same way. All right, if you're an Android, they got great deals as well. I'm an Apple guy. I'm focusing on Apple. You want 4 iPhone 17s? T-Mobile will give you 4 phones, and they'll give you 4 lines. So you're getting 4 phones, and all you got to pay is $100 a month. Now, again, that's probably going to be 24 credits. See, that's 24 months. It's a really tough game to be out there. I wouldn't want to be competing Verizon versus T-Mobile if my competitors were giving away 4 iPhone 17s with 4 lines for $25. Now, I say that's T-Mobile, and I just told you that I think Verizon's actually gets the best deal out there. The 17 Pro Max, an iPad, and a watch, and that deal works out to about like $118 a month after getting all that for free, and you got to stay on for 3 years, unless somebody else buys you out after 2. Oh, and you get a $200 e-gift card that you can apply to your phone bill. So I looked at it this weekend, and I said to myself, I got to go look at Apple shares again. I do, because they can have an amazing quarter. Imagine what a brilliant business plan, right? They get into figuring out, saying, listen, everybody will buy a phone eventually. People who want tablets buy tablets. Let's figure out a way to incentivize people to buy a phone, a tablet, and a watch all on the same day, when never in their life would they ever imagine that they would spend $2,600, $2,700 on a phone, watch, tablet all the same day, because realistically, nobody needs those products all the same day. But guess what? Americans' consumerism is alive and well, and yeah, so I put it out there. But, you know, T-Mobile, let's take a look. Yeah, look at this thing. Okay, we got some selling in October. We're well off the highs. Where do we stop? We got volume, and the high there is 182. Maybe that's your first stop. 182, you're at 208 for T-Mobile. Okay, great companies, but look at that competition. They got to fight for every dollar, man. They got to give you $2,600 worth of products to sign you up for 3 years at $118 a month. And that's selling in October for Verizon as well. Yeah, be careful of these ones, man. Look at this chart at Verizon. You know, and Apple. A nice little trend line for Apple shares. I mean, you almost could go back to, well, look at that. Maybe towards the upper portion. Maybe I'll look for a little bit of a pullback. But yeah, I'm looking to buy more Apple, man. They're going to have a gangbuster quarter. That's just a deal like I've never seen. You go to Apple's website, folks, it's a joke. Compared to, okay, if you go to Apple's website, what's this? All they're giving away at Apple is like a $200 gift card. Okay? Let's see. Get an Apple gift card with an eligible purchase, right? There's your Series 11 that I was talking about they're giving away. There's your A16 tablet that they're giving away. There's your 17 Pro Max. Okay? And the gift card they're going to give you is $250 when you buy an eligible product. Some of those phones are $1,600. Come right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We get the S&Ps negative by 40 points. And, yeah, Apple shares. Can't help but talk about it left and right. And, yeah, you're talking about... Let me just see where I was jumping around for a second. Yeah, and then AT&T. Okay, AT&T gets you an iPhone Air for $243 a month. 17 Pro Max. You need a trade-in at AT&T for the 17 Pro Max and the 17 Pro. You don't need any trade-in. So if you have like some old phone, you've always thought about getting into Apple, okay, there's a bunch of deals. And yeah, I'm a little bit of a fanboy. I like those blue bubbles. Once you're in the ecosystem, but just from an investor perspective, I was thinking about it all weekend, man. I can't believe they're convincing people to buy $2,200, $2,600 worth of their products, Apple, in the holidays, when that is insane, for lack of a better term. Now, I had a 12 Pro Max, so I was inching toward battery becoming a problem. But AT&T, the reason why I bring it up is that deal, okay? And I know I'm harping on it, but I spent some time this week. Look at AT&T. Watch this. All right, let's see. Do I have anything in my cart right now? I do. I got 2 phones in my cart. I got to delete one of them because I was playing with this. With 2 phones, it brings you to $133.82. Watch this. You get rid of that. Yeah, remove that. Okay, this is by far the cheapest on a monthly basis. Okay? You're paying $71 a month, and they're giving you, okay, a $1,000 phone. How many years is this one over? It's either 2 or 3. That's what I was looking. But boy, it's a big number, man. $1,000 phone, and they're only getting $65 a month for that service. Okay, you're paying $65.99 for basically the cheapest AT&T plan. But a lot of people don't need a lot more. You know, you're worried about your phone bill. What are you paying on your phone? Because anybody out there can go get a brand new iPhone Air 17, and they're paying $72 a month, and that's it. And usually they try and get you on the bells and whistles. I agree, Duncan, Steve, but they don't get you that way. You know, you lock yourself down, you're disciplined, you don't go out and buy an extra tablet, you buy an extra phone. Yeah, and they have all the competitors now, whether it's Comcast, right? If you have Comcast cable, there's deals out there. I saw that you can get a free phone for a year. Mint Mobile, Duffy, they use T-Mobile. Now, you can get downgraded to slower internet, slower data, at peak times when you're on the Mint Mobile, when you're on the secondary networks, okay, like Spectrum in a similar way. but a lot of people don't need it. They don't. And on this one, this gets you on AT&T, but this plan in particular, they can downgrade you at some point, as in it's not the best plan that they offer, and they all can downgrade you at some point. And yeah, people mostly are on Wi-Fi nowadays. But, I left that one. I said to myself, I got to look at Apple again, man, because they're going to blow it away. And guess what? They've had quite a run over the last 90 days, but watching this channel, yeah. And on the flip side, I say to myself, man, because imagine you sign me up, I get all three. I get a free iPhone Pro 17 Max, I get a tablet, I get a watch, and in 2 years, okay, at around Black Friday in 2027, when I still have a year left on my plan, maybe I'll have somebody else buy me out. And if not, it's still a cell phone plan around $100. Boy, it's a lot to fight for each competitor, and it's never going to stop because they're both coming at it. All right. Speaking of consumers, Black Friday, Amazon up by 0.4%. Jump over to Walmart, up by 0.2%. Target shares up by 0.5%. Kohl's was on fire last week with earnings, up another 0.7% right now. TJX down by 0.3%. Jump around to some of the airlines. So American, right back up to the September highs. Jump over to Delta. Look at the selling we had from that 62 area on their earnings in October. We're getting above there on some light volume. Delta up by 0.8%. Check out the crude market. So crude bumping up against the top portion of this potential channel. We got a bid up $1.57, and let's check on crypto. Now, this isn't comparing to the volume we had on November 21st, that's for sure, but we already took out, of course, that half day on Friday. But for the size of the price expansion, you really don't have the volume. You're only talking about 5,400 Bitcoin. Okay, and that bought the move on futures. Ethereum, look at the light volume. Okay, and let's talk a little Fed. So Trump said he made his choice, and Kevin Hassett seems to be the leader right now. But hey, nobody really knows except for the president. And right now, the December 10th meeting, about an 87% chance we get a cut. You go out to January, and you're talking about a 69% chance that we're sitting there at one cut from where we are right now. March, market still thinks we're there, okay? 50% chance. April, market still thinks we're there, right? Market knows we're getting a new Fed chair. It thinks we're getting one cut, and then maybe we start inching forward. You get to June, finally you get to two. So that's what the market's pricing in right now. All right, we jump over to Google. So in the world of AI, Google shares down by 1.6% today. A little bit of volatility last night. You jump over to Google. So Runway. I'm going to have to check out this company. Runway. CNBC Disruptor 50. They're number 50, huh? They put them right at number 50. Now, rolls out a new AI video model that beats Google OpenAI in key benchmark. I'm going to try this out because video generation is just, it's a very cool new tool. And when I see, you look at a movie like Zootopia, and then you look at what you can do with some of these video editing AI tools, and we are not that far off from one individual being able to make blockbuster movies, and we're not that far off. The videos that are getting made right now, and you talk about animated in particular, there's no reason why one person can't be banging that out. on his computer in a home office. But yeah, they're beating Google. So I'll have to check this one out. A new video model that outperforms similar models. And you got Google's Gemini at number 2 and Sora at number 3. Coming back, folks, one more segment.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We got markets climbing a bit from where we opened. S&P's now down just 0.3%. Negative 23 points. NASDAQ off by 0.6. You got the Dow only in the red by 0.2, and the Russell negative by just 14 points or 0.6%. We jump over to gold, up by $18. We jump back to yields right now. Yeah, lower price, higher yields coming at you right now. We got the 10-year. You're off by 15 ticks. We're pushing. We had 4.09 yet? 4.09. That's where we are. 4.09 on the 10-year. That's giving the dollar a little bit of a bounce, but nothing too dramatic from where we were Friday. Dollar's backed off from the 100 area yet again. And gold sitting at 42.74. And silver, not slowing down at all. Silver up by 1.6%. I mentioned Endeavor. They're pushing out 300 million convertible note off 3.2. We check out some of the other silver stocks. Hecla's flat this morning. First Majestic up another 2.2%. We jump around to some of the gold equities. AEM down 1%. McEwen up by 0.4% right now. We jump over to Harmony. Slightly in the red. Vista down by 3 pennies as well. All right, we talk about shopping. So, Black Friday, U.S. sales on Black Friday, $18 billion, up 3% compared with a year earlier. Salesforce data showed, but shoppers purchased 2% fewer items. Average prices up 7% from a year ago. 1% fewer online orders. Now, this article here is talking about Gen Z shoppers aren't spending like retailers need them to. Well, they're under a lot of pressure. But yeah, average expected holiday spending by generation, check out Gen Z. Yeah, I mean, if you got no assets, you got no home, right? That's the only thing keeping a lot of people alive right now. The equity in their houses, the equity in maybe the stock portfolio, because rising prices. And you see it right there. Gen X, powering stronger, as usual. 8% of U.S. retail spending today is that Gen Z. But yeah, found myself saying, maybe I got to look at Apple. And Samsung as well. All right, folks. Thanks so much for kicking your Monday off right here. Stay tuned. Basil Chapman up next. Steve Rhodes at 11. Larry Pesavento at 1. Have a great